Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I'm all alone, in control, at the helm, here to cause chaos and havoc and make Marissa bite her fingernails through the entire time of this live, at least while she's awake. So if you didn't gather from the description below, Marissa has traveled back home into Mississippi. So she will be possibly watching some of this. She might show up in the chat for a few minutes. I don't know. She's had a long day of traveling. So I do know she has arrived back at home safely. So we can all be thankful for that. But otherwise, you got me tonight. And who knows what's going to happen. She's the master of YouTube. So here we go. So let's see who we got here in the chat today. Scrolling up here. We got Barbie Chambers. Welcome back, Barbie. We got Marco. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We've got Rolf, my liege. The chicken commander himself is here. We've got Blind Woo. Thank you for being here, Blind. Glad to have you back. We've got Black Wolf Outdoors. Good to have you back. Let's see who else we got. We got the one and only Angelo. Always great having Angelo here. We've got Miss Kelly White. Welcome back, Kelly. Let's see who else. We have Clint Crosby. Glad to have you here, Clint. And we have Jim T in the house. Welcome back, Jim T. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. And we've got Burkles Cerakote. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. Barbie, hey, how's it going? We've got the Fook in the house, and he says, LOL, with you in the center screen, the bong looks like, or the gong looks like a halo. Yeah, kinda. I was noticing that while I was getting everything set up. And we got people saying hi to each other. Let's see what else we got. Robert Feely, welcome. Glad to have you here. I think I've seen you in here before. Looks like I'm caught up on the chat. So how are you all doing tonight? Me, my nerves are a little frayed. I got to play with technology. I'm not always great with technology, but we're going to do our best. We've got the Reese Puffs. Oh, sorry, wrong side. We got the Reese Puffs and the butt rubs back there. We got some knives here, some cool things to show you. We've got the Reese cups. And Marissa, if you're watching right now, this one's for you. Tear this bad boy open. It's kind of weird going solo on these. So far, every live has been the both of us. So we got the first Reese down for the live. Oh, Fook, you're killing me. Don't make jokes like that. I've been like panicked about getting everything set all right and everything. All right. Where's the cowbell, Jim says. So the cowbell is right here. and y'all will be able to hear it. So that'll be great. We'll make lots of noise. We've got the gong. Everything's going to be awesome. Let's see. We've got Michael Upchurch in the house. Welcome back, Michael. Great to have you here. Book says he couldn't resist. I know. I'm expecting to get a hard time from a lot of you guys. It's all good. It's fun. You know, I think I've got this covered. All right. So hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties. But if we do, we'll work through them. You guys are awesome. You know, I'm doing this on my own solo the first time. Kelly White says, I bet this feels weird without Marisa. Yes, it does. It's very odd. But we're going to push on through. Everything's going to work out fine. And Barbie says, I got Marisa covered. When she gets back, she won't have to worry about holding her ears anymore. I bet I know what you got her. Oh, and thank you, Bradford Mitchell. Wow, you know, you got your guys' support is just awesome. We got a super chat. So that means we're starting this off right. And Bradford,
Guess
this one's
what?
for you.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right, and this cowbell is for you, Bradford Mitchell. And not only that, because we still have the gong here, you, sir, get some gong. Thank you again, Bradford. That was very generous of you. And Bradford says, smash that cowbell like you smash that like button. Team Dark Side, we have cookies. Yes, the dark side always has cookies. All right. And Kelly White says, got my win. Super awesome. That's great. I know pretty much everything has been delivered so far. We've got a couple things still pending delivery. So, you know, if any of you guys want to show off your prizes on the channel here, go ahead and email us at support@legionsteelknives.com. Email us a photo of your prize, you with your prize, however you want to do it, and we will post that in our community area. You can even write up a little thing if you want, and we'll share what you have to say about it as well. All right. And let's see what we got next. Brown Sugar's here. Welcome, Brown Sugar. And she says hello at Legion Steel Knives with some emojis. And let's see. More people saying hi to each other. Jim T says, that gong is legit. Oh, yeah. Drives my neighbors nuts. But, you know, we like to have fun here. We like to make noise. Nothing wrong with that. So, before we get going, I want to show off some winnings of my own. So a little while back, I was in a live of Barbie Chambers. Speaking of which, if you're not subbed to her and you're watching this, Barbie, go ahead and share your link. She's trying to get to 300 subs. So go sub her channel, like a video, comment, make sure it sticks, and YouTube doesn't mistake your sub as a bot. So that way the subscription sticks with her channel, and help her get to 300 subs. She's going to be holding an awesome giveaway. But she's already held one giveaway, and well, first thing I got a bunch of cool stickers, and then I got this Mad Yakko Hank. Oh, let me get lined up here. Very nice, very soft. I like the color pattern. It's like me all the way. So nice little carabiner to hold it. And then on top of that, I got a very cool Kaiser Hiccup button lock with flipper tab, thumb stud, cutout, so many different ways to open this. Right or left hand, deep pocket carry. It's really nice. I'm loving it. All right. So let's see where we're at now. And we've got Jason Reynolds in the house. Welcome back, Jason. Glad to have you here. You don't know if you just got to hear the gong or not, but we've been having lots of fun with the gong. Kind of going to be sad when you come to pick it up. And then we have Barbie. I'm at 304. Giveaway tomorrow. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, Barbie. I know you've worked very hard to get to where you're at right now. You've been waiting for this giveaway. So I wish you all the best for getting to 400 and just continuing to grow your channel. And for that, Barbie, I think you need some cowbell. All right, Barbie. Here's some cowbell for your achievement. And some gong. This gong is for you, Barbie. Congratulations, Barbie Chambers, on 304 subs and being able to hold your giveaway. So I wish you all the best on getting to 400 as quick as possible. We've got Angelo congratulating Barbie. We've got Ralph, glad you like it. Congratulations. Thank you, Ralph. I love it. It's great. It's going to be a fidget factor 5,000. My wife is probably going to glare at me from the noise it makes. So I'm excited about this. Now we've got Bradford Mitchell at Jason Reynolds. Waving, saying hi. We got Fook. I know I already said it today, but huge congrats to Barbie Chambers. Yes. Oh, she's got her sights set on 500. Yep, hopefully we'll do what we can to help you get there, Barbie. Marisa and I got your back. You're part of the Legion Steel family. If any of you have channels you're trying to promote and you don't have a wrench, let me know. We will get you wrenched and let you share your links. help you out, help you get up those subs. You know, we believe in sharing the love here. And we've got Jason Reynolds. Sounds like it's a hit. Oh yeah, it's a hit. People love it. The later at night it gets, people start kind of cringing, I think, because it is loud. But hey, loud and proud. That's what I say. Jim T says Marshall has mad gong skills. I've been practicing a little bit. We've used it in a few lives now, and it's been great. Yeah, we've been having too much fun with the gong. And we have Tommy Bolden here. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And he's a new subscriber. Thank you very much, Tommy. Welcome to the Legion Steel family. Sit and stay for a while, watch some craziness. Our next live, we will have Marisa back, and you'll get the whole show, though we will be in different locations. And Jim, did Marisa leave you a TV dinner? How will you survive? Well, no, she didn't leave me a TV dinner. She left me lots of tips on operating the channel, and I'm very, very thankful for it. You know, she's given lots of support. Me and her are a team. We do everything we can to make sure every part of Legion Steel runs as smoothly as possible, and that we make all of our interactions with our viewers, our friends, our family go as smooth as possible. So, you know, she does all that. As far as the food, I'm covered. Either my wife's got me covered, or I can make for myself. I won't starve, trust me. And either way, I could even probably stand to lose a few pounds. She probably left the chili. Yes, we still have some chili here. Had some earlier today. Was great. And Barbie Chambers says, Jim, I'm pretty sure his wifey will feed him. Yep. That's a very good assumption. And we have Marisa LSK in the chat. Hey, Marisa. Hope you're not stressing too much. Doing my best here. Marisa says, hey, everyone. Been in the air all day. Made it home safely. Super dog tired, but wanted to stop in and say hello and give y'all some love. Miss y'all. Well, we miss you too, Marisa, and look forward to having you back with us on Tuesdays live. Bradford Mitchell says, Marshall, I sent you the pics I posted on Instagram of my prize and my ASGEIR. Yes, I saw those this afternoon. I've had kind of a slow day today where getting around to things. I had to take Marisa to the airport super early in the morning, which meant no sleep. So I came home, slept a bit, had to get up, get ready for the live. Had to make sure she was on her way safely. So very happy to know that she's gotten back home safe and sound. And Bradford Mitchell, Marisa LSK, glad you made it home safe. Yes. Barbie wishing the same. And thank you very much, Marisa. I'm glad I'm doing great. Been a ball of nerves over here all day. I keep looking at all these screens and like, what did I get myself into? But so far, so good. It's working. And we got everybody saying hi to Marisa. And Kelly White says, Marisa LSK, glad you made it home safe and sound. Relax and get some rest. Yes, take it easy. I'll be kind to you, Marisa. You can have the next 2 days off work. No work, just relax, chill. I'll let everything pile up for you to handle on Tuesday. You're welcome. All right. And next we got Laid Off Pete. Hey, Laid Off Pete, welcome back. He says, just wanted to stop by and say hello to everyone. Left a like, but have to make dinner for the kids. Busy, busy, busy. Yep, family comes first, and we understand that here. So no worries, Laid Off Pete. Oh, and we have Brian White here. Welcome back, Brian. Glad to have you here. He says, hit that like button. Thumbs up, on and on and on. Thank you, Brian. Yes. If you enjoy what we do here on our lives and our normal video content, then yes, please leave a like. It helps with everything. It helps promote the channel. It helps with the algorithm. We would love to have you coming back as often as possible. Barbie Chambers says, I'm reviewing your ASGEIR on my live tomorrow. Awesome. I'll be there. What time? And we have Ron Crow in the house. He says, hey, everyone. Hey, Ron Crow. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you back. Fook says, Marisa LSK, don't compliment him. It'll go to his head. Well, it might, but it won't stay there long. She knows I'm better working with my hands than with the computers. So she knows I'm functioning over here in a sheer state of terror. And Weldon Carey, welcome back. Glad to have you here. He says, hey, Legion Steel Knives. And saying hi, everybody saying hi to Weldon Carey and Laid Off Pete. They're saying hi back. Laid Off Pete's congratulating Barbie Chambers on her achievement. Welcome back, Jay. Glad to have you here. Jay says, hey, y'all. Sorry, Marshall. I love you, but you ain't Marisa. No, I'm not Marisa. She's the better looking side of Legion Steel. He says, I will have to protest. Bring Marisa back. Bring Marisa back. Marisa will be back on Tuesdays live. So don't worry. Your eyes won't bleed anymore. You know, we will be on separate screens, both in the live, but her in Mississippi, me here in California. Things are going to be like this for a little while until my move. So, you know, bear with us. You're going to be looking at multiple screens on future lives. All right. And what else do we got here? Barbie says, Pete, definitely hope to see you there. Yep, I know I'll be there for Barbie's live. Barbie says, I love you both and love your support and love supporting you guys too. Yeah, we appreciate everyone's support here. We couldn't do any of this without you guys, and don't think that doesn't go unrecognized. We do everything we can to promote your guys' channels. We go out and we participate in as many live streams as we can, and even if we're not chatting, there's a good chance we're there listening, but busy doing, you know, real work. We love the part of work that lets us be in the lives, but you know, this is a business, so we also have other things we have to do. But we typically have someone's live playing at some point during the day. All right. And Fook says, I think I'm getting slammed with snow tonight, so I'll be around tomorrow. Yeah, I know we're getting ready to go into another cold spurt here. It's starting to cool down where I'm at. We had a couple of nice days, and then now it's starting to get chilly again. And we got more people saying hello to each other. So something else I wanted to show is we got a first draft from Mad Yako, and these are something new that's going to be coming around. Now, they are going to change up a little bit from this. Like I said, this is just the first draft. This was kind of to see how things go. But we've got a little mini Hank here. We got a couple of these with our Legion Steel Viking and the Talk Evolved. So, very excited to see these, and even more excited to see what's coming. You know, these are very nice. And then we've got a couple of the full size Hanks, and very nice. So if you're not following Mad Yako, if somebody could share his link in the chat to his channel, that would be great. He did a great job on these, and we've kind of refined the design a little bit farther with him. So we are eagerly anticipating those Hanks as well. All right. And we have Fook. Hey, who said you could use my image without my permission? Your image? Are you saying you're a Viking? If that's you, I would not want to meet you in a dark alley. And Barbie says, well, heck, I got to have one. Yep. So we're going to keep moving forward with these Hanks and get everything dialed in to be exactly what we want. And then once we get there, we will be giving you the details on what's going on with them. I'm sure some of them are going to find themselves into the giveaway, but we will keep you fully informed on what's going on with the Hanks. Rolf says, no way. Yeah, way. Yep, these are going to happen. We're very, very happy to be having these. And Mad has been just great at working with us. And we're loving everything about him so far. And the next incarnation is even better. So, Kelly White, thank you for sharing Mad Yako's channel. Go over, everybody, give him a sub, like one of his videos, comment, make sure it sticks. He's doing awesome stuff there. He's teaching himself how to make knives. And he's on a road that's going to take him into learning a whole lot of new things and being able to do a whole lot more stuff. Weldon Carey says, that is sweet. Kelly White says, in your dreams, Fook. I think most of us guys would like to look that manly. And Kelly White says, I will definitely want one also. Well, we will definitely keep you all informed as to what's going on with them, when they'll be available. Like I said, I'm sure you'll see some in giveaways here and there. We're really excited about these. And we have Jason Reynolds. If you're traveling through, you all got to try out the Kern River Brewing Company top-notch fish and chips. Sorry, had to defer to the food talk. No worries, Jason. You know we always end up on food for some period of time here and there on our lives. Can't help it. It just comes up. And we have None for Now. Says, hi, LSK. Hey, guys. Hello, None for Now. Glad to have you back. You get the solo show today, just me. Hope you all survive. I'm going to try not to crash the internet. And Rolf says, I have never won anything on Legion Steel Lives. I'll guess I'll have to buy that, Hank. You never know. You know, the lives are still relatively new for us. We've only had a few giveaways on them. It can happen. You know, it just takes time and dedication, and the odds will be in your favor. And Barbie says, I'll win you one, Rolf. See, you got a twofer there. You can enter, she can enter. You know, doubles your odds. And Brian White says, at Rolf, you mean Barb won't share her win with you? Oh, I'm sure she'll share. They're awesome together. If you've watched any of your lives, the dynamic between them is just amazing. And we have Adventure 50 in the house. Hello, Adventure 50. He says, hi, guys. So, what are you all carrying in your pockets today? What are you sporting? You know, are you just chillaxing at home and not carrying anything? Do you got, you know, your normal EDC loadout? Do you got just a pocket knife? What are you guys sporting today? Me, it's been this awesome Kaiser Hiccup. I just love it. And then, of course, the ASGEIR. I pretty much always have an ASGEIR in my pocket. Barbie says, haha, not. How close to 300 are you, Barbie? Gotta be close. Yep, None. She's over 300. So she'll be going live tomorrow for her big 300 giveaway. Rolf says, Brian White, she don't share. I haven't even got to play with the ASGEIR yet. Well, Barbie, that's not nice. You should let him have a little bit of fun with that ASGEIR. Tease him some, but you know, let him play with it. Let him enjoy everything that is the ASGEIR. Blind Woo Fury says Kickstop. I'm not sure what that's in regards to. I mean, I know you're probably talking about the Kickstop opening mechanism, but you know, I'm not sure which knife. Let me know. None for Now asks, do we have any new knives in the work? We have a lot of knives on the drawing board. We have a few knives going through prototyping. We're going to be moving forward with some projects. They are going to be slow because we're going to have to tear down the shop mid-run on things and get everything moved to Mississippi. So new products will probably not be available for purchase until towards the end of the year. as we get prototypes done and ready for testing and review, we're going to be doing pass arounds and get things sent out to the channel. And speaking of pass arounds, tonight, and tomorrow is the last chance to reach out to us at support@legionsteelknives.com to contact us if you want to be part of the ASGEIR pass around we're doing, because we're going to be putting together the email list and the order that everybody's going to be receiving it in on Monday, and should ship the knives out Tuesday or Wednesday so that we can get that pass around started and you all can check out the ASGEIR. All right, let's see where we're at. And Barbie says, I'm carrying my ASGEIR. Awesome. ASGEIRs belong in the pocket. It's an attractive knife, but it was also made to be used every day. You know, I designed it to be comfortable in the hand. You know, we want everybody to be able to do most of the types of cutting they're doing. And we believe this blade shape lends itself to all sorts of different types of utility cuts. You know, this was built as an all-around everyday pocket knife. None for Now says, nice, Barbie. I will get my wife to subscribe, trying to get her into it. It's working. That's awesome, None for Now. And Bradford says, for this stream, I grabbed my ASGEIR. I still have my military 2 in 15V2. That's kind of a tongue twister at the end. 2 different kinds of 2, but yep. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're sporting your ASGEIR for the live stream. I'm glad you're happy with it. Like I said earlier, I saw your posts on Instagram. That's awesome. It was very generous of you to say what you said about our knife and the giveaway prize. Those Winex pouches, they are really nice for the money on them. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong. And they make other products as well. So I saw you were very happy with that pouch. And Barbie says, oh, you know I will. Yeah. I think that's in reference to Rolf. And Rolf needs to have some fun too. Got to keep his spirits up. He is the chicken commander. Chickens go awry without Rolf. And Barbie saying, None for Now, awesome, sounds great, thank you. And None for Now, yeah, I bet Barbie, if I had one, it would never leave my hand. Thank you, None for Now, that's a big compliment. Rolf says, Para 3 Light, Kaiser Beyond. My Beyond really needs an Odin for a friend. Well, Rolf, DM me on Instagram, at Legion Steel Knives on Instagram, or email us. I know Barbie's got the email. We can talk. We can see if we can make something work for you on getting you an Odin. And Adventure 50 says, Marshall, did you add me to the pass around? Yes, you're on the pass around list. Got you covered, Adventure 50. And Jason says, 4 knives on my person. ASGEIR, Goblin, one of my small fixed blades, like the one from last week's giveaway, and the Civivi. Was field testing the fixed blade at the day camp in the Southern Sierras. So we know now that Jason's on the road. He's out having fun, playing around in nature, which I know he loves to do. He's a camping junkie. And Kelly White says, I have the Excalibur, the CKF Echo Troll Violet, the Pickled Steel Red Freya, and the Olight Arkfeld Pro Bones. Oops. And a Mad Yakko Hank. LMAO, I always forget my Hanks. Yeah, we get so excited about the knives. Sometimes it's hard to remember the other things we carry. For me, I'm always straight away to listing the knives and flashlight because I pretty much every day have my little Olight i3T. I love it. This one's in titanium. This I never go anywhere without this. But I often forget to list the other things that I have. Blind Woo says Chavez Rendición kickstop knife. Oh, that's awesome. I don't have a Chavez yet. I've known Ramon for years. I need to get one. I just when you're a knife maker, you always end up spending money on making knives rather than buying them. And then, now with Legion Steel, we spend all our money trying to get Legion Steel running full steam ahead. It's a continuous work in progress. We want to grow, grow, grow. And so, a lot of the times that means pushing the more fun things to the side to make this live up to its full potential. None for Now says, I have a modified Case Westline lapping paper for some grip and a Kaiser Beaver. Awesome. Those are all good knives. None for Now saying, what's up, Fook? Barbie saying, Rolf used the ASGEIR last night. He cut paper thin tomato slices. Oh, so he was doing food prep with the ASGEIR? I think you might be the first one that I know of, Rolf, to do food prep with the ASGEIR. And Barbie with the Chicken Commander. And, and Rolf says, mess with me and eggs will go up. Eggs are already too expensive. We don't need them going up anymore. So let's keep the Chicken Commander happy. Copy that, Marshall. Yeah, reach out to me. We'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do. Adventure 50. Speaking of chicken, I'm nostalgic for the days where eggs were affordable enough to throw at people, right? I mean, wow. Nowadays, you just want to, like the meme we shared, put it in a little box, present it as a gift, and be like, spend time with me, marry me, whatever, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, you got an egg. It's like every egg is a Fabergé egg now. And Rolf says, I need time. Instagram. I need to Instagram you. Anyways, I have a few questions before tomorrow's live. Yeah, just reach out and, ask away. We'll let you know what's going on. And we'll figure out something on a noted. All right. And Adventure 50. Ain't that the truth? Yep. it's gotten pretty ridiculous where eggs are at. And we got something here. Thank you, Barbie Chambers. $2 super chat, 300 sub giveaway tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will be there. I'm sure Marisa will probably be there too. Depends on how quick she recovers from her traveling. But in the meantime, we've got some cowbell for you.
Guess what?
Barbie.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right. Sorry, I got dancing there for a moment. So here's your cowbell, Barbie. And another gong for you. Congratulations on your 300 subs. Like I said earlier, I know you have worked so hard to get there. All right. And Brian White says, Pickled Steel Warhog, Bridgeport Bodie LL, and the QSP Hedgehog slip joint in the 90s camo carbon. I've been looking at those QSP Hedgehogs. I really want one, but I don't know that I could do the camo carbon. Those 90s and 80s camo carbons, they're just, I can't do the colors. But otherwise, I love some camo carbon. And Jason says, do hot dogs count? I'll let them count for you, Jason. I'm typically not a huge fan of hot dogs, but, you know, there's a time and place. And Fook says, I'm going to have to start raising chickens. Well, Fook, just so you know, if you just get out there and rub some butts, you can probably make some money and then you can afford eggs. And we've got none for now. My blue line 229 is still heading south, driving me nuts. It was an hour and 45 minutes away, and then they went and drove it 6 hours in the wrong direction. Oh, I'm assuming you're talking about USPS or UPS. I mean, any of the shipping companies, they're all not doing so great right now. I know we had some Legion Steel packages for Marisa look like they went through World War III getting back to her house. And Bradford Mitchell, USPS did the same to me. Yeah, I think they're playing soccer with the packages nowadays. I mean, that's the only explanation. Or rugby, because some of them can get pretty bad. And Barbie enjoying her cowbell. Rolf, it's because an old dude ordered 10 billion chickens wiped out due to bird flu. Yeah. You know, I don't know all the ins and outs on that, but, you know, I do know people, especially people in leadership positions, can often tend to overreact in not the right way. And Jason, oh, he heard the gong. Yep, it sounds great on the live. we've been really helping, or really happy with how the gong has been doing. In fact, I'm a little sad it's going to be going. And Clint says, I got to run. Everyone have a great night. Thank you, Clint. Glad you were able to stop by and catch part of our live. You're always welcome here. All of you are family for us. And Bradford Mitchell, QSP Hedgehog is an awesome slippy, so beefy, so slicey. Yeah, I've been eyeballing it since we've been doing this channel for years. I haven't really gone out and bought much for knives. I mean, really, the only thing I had gotten for a long time was my lamella from Reich. I had to be very selective because, you know, it was better for me to put my money to tools and materials for making knives. Now with Legion and this channel, I've kind of opened it up, but now I'm like, what do I get? You know, there's so many to choose from. I legit stopped following the production market for several years just because it didn't make sense for me to go back down the collecting road while making. Now I'm back looking at knives again, and I'm like, oh, it's all changed. It's all different. And I'm finding lots of stuff I want. And my wallet cringes at me every time I go on to Blade HQ or Knife Center or any of the dealers. And Blade Binge, I could be up all night on Blade Binge. And we have Jim in the house. Good evening, Jim. Thanks for coming back. Glad to have you here. And Barbie Chamber says, I don't like hot dogs either, but Philly has the best footlongs ever. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike hot dogs, but I had to eat them for too long every single day when I was young, and I just, you know, they haven't been a priority since. Kind of got a lifetime fill of hot dogs all in one shot. People saying hi to Jim. And there we go. Saying goodnight to Clint. And Fook says, I don't mind hot dogs, but rarely pick them first if there are other options. Yeah, you know, and usually for me, there's other options, so I don't go with the hot dog. But, you know, if I went somewhere and that's all they were serving, I'd eat a hot dog. It's just not the top of my list. Robert Feely says he's not a big fan of hot dogs. Yeah, I feel you. Now, sausages, I can eat some sausage, you know. But typically I like that in slices or patties or crumbled on pizza, you know, in gravy, a lot of different ways. Barbie says, same when I was a kid, sick of them. Yep. Well, for me, with the hot dogs, when I was, I don't know, probably just starting junior high, my dad was into the RC model airplanes that you fly around, but really, really big ones, highly detailed. And there was a long-term fly-in for him here in California out in the desert. And my dad decided he was going to run the hot dog stand. So for a month, I had hot dogs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like 28 days. And after that, I just didn't really want hot dogs again ever since. Rolf says, I'm the same way. I go look at one knife and end up spending hours looking at all of them. Yep. You know, it's it can be very addicting, and it's a rabbit hole that you just go deeper and deeper. And then when you find one, you start looking if there's any pre-made mods for it out there where you can spiffy it up and customize it to your own tastes. And then you start realizing, okay, $150 for a knife ain't bad. $200 right anywhere in there. And then you're like, oh, I need those $80 scales. And ooh, I can change out the thumb studs. Or oh, there's some standoffs, that are in my favorite color. Ooh, I can get this other pocket clip, And next thing you know, you've turned your $150, $200 knife into, a highly personalized $400 piece of pocket jewelry that you adore. And Robert Feely says, I only eat them rarely. Yeah, I think I've had maybe 5 or 6 hot dogs in the past 35 years or so. Jason Reynolds says, good, and mac and cheese. Yep. A lot of people love the mac and cheese. None for Now says Chicago style is the only way to make a hot dog. Never had a Chicago style hot dog before, but I've never been to Chicago. And I don't trust things here in California when they're like New York style pizza, Chicago style hot dog, or Chicago pizza. I always worry it's just a marketing gimmick. And None for Now says brats are amazing. Yeah, I like brats. I don't like the real spicy ones, but just good old brats. Yeah. And then love the breakfast sausage, and yeah, it's all good. Just hot dogs, I don't know. And we have Jim Hersulis taking a writing break. My brain is just about fried. Too many numbers on these wire gauge tables. Yeah, I imagine I would have to have somebody else write a book for me. Editors would not like me between the typos and misspellings and everything else. Not to mention, I would probably just get lost in my own thoughts and ramble on paper or on the computer, and it would turn into a mess. But I am so happy that you're writing another book. I can't wait till it's released. I will be buying it in hardback to go with the rest of them that I have. And we will definitely be promoting your book when it comes out. You can bank on it. Rolf says, none for now. I agree. Chicago dogs are good. I might have to try one at some point. We'll see. Barbie Chambers says, oh, loud, no. I'm not sure what that's in regards to, but she said it with sass. So I imagine it's important. Brian White on the QSP Hedgehog. The colors are very mild, not so in your face. Austin at TPK has some great exclusives and some real good prices. All right, I'll go check that out. Maybe if the colors were more tamed, just some of it. The 80s, there's no way I could do the 80s camo carbon. The 90s, maybe if the colors are nice and subtle. But I'm typically a black and silver, brown, OD green kind of guy. I like those earth tones. So, and then we all know Marisa is all about the teal and pink and teal-ish colors. And, so You all know her weakness there. And Rolf says, exactly, Marshall. It's a deep hole and it's endless. Oh yeah, it can go on and on and on. And then when you start discovering new brands, it gets even more so. And then sometimes you pick something up and you love it. Sometimes you hate it. Like I got this not too terribly long ago. It was while Marisa was out here, and I thought I was going to love it because the design screamed my tastes. The colors screamed my taste. This little, it's the Sativian, and I thought I was going to love it, but once I got it in hand, it just left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I've been debating on if I'm going to do a review video on it. Let me know if you think I should. I'll give you all the details and the close-ups, let you know why I'm not exactly super thrilled. There are some things I like it's got a really snappy action, you know. Uh, there's some definite pluses to it, and if you guys want, I'll do a video on it and let you know all of my thoughts. And Jim says, Rolf, your knife addiction sounds like me and my 1911 obsession. Oh, yeah. I can. The pew-pews and the sharpened pointies, my addiction to both are about the same. Only oftentimes the pew-pews are less expensive than the sharpened pointies I want. Barbie says, sweet Italian brats. Haven't had those yet. I'll have to try those. And Fook Doozle says, pigged out today on Golden Corral. First time we've talked about food with getting me hungry. You mean without getting you hungry? That's what I'm guessing you mean, since you pigged out at Golden Corral. I don't think I've ever eaten at Golden Corral. We got one here in town, but I don't think I've eaten there. I'm not real big on buffets. They're nice sometimes, but I often don't. I'm not a big eater, so I often don't eat enough to make a buffet worth the price. So I don't tend to do those. Jim Ursula says, it's getting closer every day. Awesome. I can't wait. It's going to be added to my collection. I'm going to end up pouring through it. I know that. Learning everything I can learn from it. If you ever want to give little teases of what might be in it, I'm all ears. And Rolf said 1911. I think that's an agreement. Yep, I understood you, Fook. He's all, dang it, without me getting hungry. Well, the problem is our lives are always starting right before dinner time and carrying to right after. So I'm already hungry. So I'm going to have me another Reese's. I don't have Marisa here to steal them from me. So that's cool. But I do feel bad eating Reese's without her. So again, Marisa, here's another Reese cup for you. I also made sure to keep her Reese Puffs here in the shop studio so that she's here with us in spirit. None for now. I have to clean my knife area. It's a mess. It's the guest bedroom, but that's where my guitars and knives and sharpening gear is. Wife calls it my room. I know exactly what you meant. For years, my swords hung in the guest bedroom. My knife display case was in there. All my knives that I used were in there. So it was knives, swords, pew pews. I've got, some different types of artwork that I would have up in there. I'm really into aviation. So my airplane pictures were in the guest bedroom. Anybody who came over to stay the night at my house would know that a man lived in that house. Boot Doozle, I'm typing everything wrong tonight. Well, then I would stay away from the butt rub comments. Just saying. Those could get out of control fast. Rolf says, eat, Fook, eat. I think Boot's saying he already ate. He might be mistyping because he's got to reach around his belly because he ate too much. Jason Reynolds says, Chicago style, you can live on it, but it tastes like, yep. Sounds like you've been watching Crocodile Dundee more lately, Jason. Oh. And Barbie Chambers says, Chicago dogs have tomatoes, lettuce, onions, and something else. I can't remember. And the last comment was from your hot dog days with your dad. Oh, yep. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to have a Chicago dog then. That's not what they've always advertised out here as one. But yeah, the hot dog days with my dad, it's great memories, but kind of overdid the hot dogs. As a kid, I loved it while I was going through it, but by the end of that trip, it was kind of rough and bland. And we have Help with Gadgets. Hey, Help with Gadgets, glad to have you here. Yep, I'm going solo tonight. Marisa was traveling back home to Mississippi today, and she was landing right around the time that we had to go live. She's had a long day. Her flight was really early in the morning, and we had a bit of a drive to get to the airport she was flying out of. So I'm imagining by now she's probably home and in bed cuddling up with her dog. Everybody saying hi to Help with Gadgets. And None for Now says, Sport Peppers, Chicago dogs have sport peppers, best part, and Vienna beef hot dogs. Haven't had those either. I might have to give those a try. Help with Gadgets looks a little smallish. What does? Were you talking about the Sativian? If so, yes. It technically meets the description, but the way it was portrayed in the photos, it looked considerably more substantial. I would definitely be all about a 4 or 4.5 inch version of this. I really kind of dig the almost kukri like blade on it, and I love the shape of the handle, but it's just a little small for my hand, But yeah, let me know again if you want. I'll do a video on this, give you my full thoughts. Everybody saying hi to Help with Gadgets, and him saying hi back. And then Fook. My son's 13th birthday. He wanted to go to Golden Corral. I don't go often, but you'd better believe I'm getting my money's worth. Yep. And that's part of why I don't go to the lives. I mean, not to the lives, to the buffets. But on our live here, if your son's nearby, happy birthday. You know, congratulations on being 13. You're officially a teenager. Annoy your father. It's the duty of every teenager to annoy their parents. You're welcome, Fook. It was my pleasure. Jim Rusilla says, "Oh, I have a question as a maker, just curious about something." Ask away, Jim. Brian White says, "Marshall, if you ever go to IMTS in Chicago, it's a great chance to try some good food on the machine tool company's cash." Oh, I will definitely have to look into that. I've never been to Chicago, so might be fun to visit. Maybe we can find a knife maker up in that area and do an in the shop on them. And Barbie says she left her Reese's Puffs. Yeah, they won't let them on the plane. So, but I'm sure when she gets home, she'll have some more if she doesn't have them there already. Rolf says, "Well, dang it, Fook, eat again." Fook says, "Rolf's trying to kill me. I think that's the job of the chicken commander." Bradford Mitchell saying hi to Help with Gadgets. And Help with Gadgets, please, I believe you have a wrench. Yep. Share your channel link in the chat. You know, again, any of you, we love supporting you. So if you have a channel, don't hesitate to promote it here in the chat. You know, share links that of things you want to share. If you've got an Instagram or Facebook, you know, whatever, go ahead and share your socials. We don't mind. And Fook says, "Thanks. I'll let him know to annoy me." Awesome. Because you know, Fook, you did it to your dad, and your dad probably did it to his dad. This tradition's just got to carry on. And none for now. That knife you were holding reminds me of the petrified fish hourglass. I would like an hourglass, nice blade shape. I haven't seen the petrified fish hourglass. I've been really curious about petrified fish. I was just about to pull the trigger on one, and I saw something in another live where people were saying that they were upset to hear something, but nobody, I tried to watch and see what they were upset about. Like there was some sort of change with petrified fish. So I haven't been able to figure out what's going on there. So I kind of held back and I did the Sativian instead. And like I said, there's a lot that I really want to like about this knife, but they missed the mark in a lot of ways too. And I'm kind of let down. I was so excited for this to get here and it just didn't quite make it. Now, the Kaiser Hiccup that I got from Barbie's giveaway, this is freaking awesome. And it seems very similar to the Kaiser Assassin, and I now fully understand why Marisa was so attached to that assassin that we ended up giving away. And yeah, I get it now. And Adventure 50. When I lived in Brooklyn, I would go to Nathan's in Coney Island for Frankfurters. I literally could eat hot dogs every day and never got tired of them, although I rarely eat them now. You know, that's how I was till, they were breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 28 days straight. Then I got a little tired. Oh, all right. Jim Hersulis. Okay. How important or not if a maker is a member of various knife related organizations? Does it really make a difference? Or, well, so I look at it. I'm a member of California Knife Makers Association. I used to be a member of the American Bladesmith Society. Legion Steel is going to become I forget what the term they use is. We're going to become a member, but it's like a contributing member, a supporting member. They've got a specific word for it, and I can't remember uh, what exact term they call. But I ended up leaving the ABS for a period of time. Well, I still haven't gone back. I plan on it, but I haven't yet because I didn't like some of the things that I saw as far as internal politics. Cal Knives has been a very different story. It's been very supportive. I believe there's a lot of benefits that you can get anywhere from sourcing materials or machinery, tips from other makers, learning new techniques and tricks in making, the ability to collaborate with other people and share the work on a project for something a little nicer and different. So I think that's where the benefits are. I think the drawbacks are minimal. To me, in my experience, the drawbacks were only ever on the level of frustration. Sometimes I would get frustrated because I thought the group or organization could do things differently, work a little more efficiently. Often they do shows. Sometimes I think the shows weren't planned out the best. It's little things that cause the frustration, but you're paying a due to be a member. And I get when you can only go so long if things don't change. But for the most part, I believe they benefit you as a maker, especially if you're early on with your career. Later on in your career, maybe not as vital because you've already got your connections, but well, it's a give and take, I think. But for the most part, I think there's a gain to being a member. Just I wouldn't get yourself wrapped up into it too much to where it starts dictating what you do or don't do with your own personal business. And we have Jeff Amon in the house. Hey, Jeff. Bet you're happy to have your wife home. I know she's been out here for the last 30 days. I know she's happy to be home and to be there with you and her family and cuddling JoJo. I'm sure JoJo is being completely smothered if Marisa hasn't passed out already. Burnt Relic says, no carrying on, wayward son. I guess he's got a song stuck in his head. People saying hi to each other. Glad to have you here, Burnt Relic. Jim says, hey, Mr. Jim H., you ever been to Coney Island in Brooksville? I'm guessing there's more than one Coney Island. Helpless Gadget says, it's disappointing when you want to like a knife and something about it just wasn't done as good as it could have been. Yep, 100%. That was one of the things I loved when I worked at a cutlery store was I got to fidget and play with everything without having to own it. And I could really make up my mind on what I wanted, before buying it because I could sit there and walk past the display case, pull it out, fidget with it, play with it. You know, the only thing I didn't ever really get to test until I paid was the performance. And Barbie says, glad you like it, my friend. Yeah, I love it. It is so much fun. And the drop shut on it is just amazing. This is like so smooth. And I can use it either hand. And I love the sound it makes. That lock sounds unlike any of the other button locks I've had in the past. And that little tink, I don't know if you can hear it. That is an awesome sound. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, Jim Hersulis. Jeff, we've been there. It's okay, but not as good as Nathan's. Okay. And Adventure 50. I have the Petrified Fish Bunta. It's one of the best budget EDC knives I own. It never leaves the knife rotation. Good to know. I've been really curious. I like their styling on it. And they got a few designs that are right up my alley. And I'm pretty picky on the aesthetics of a knife. So I was excited to see some budget knives that really push the buttons of what I fancy in a knife. And Jim Hersulis says, I was a founding member of Cal Knives and past president for 5 years. Oh, I didn't know that. I was a member of Cal Knives maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And then I let that lapse, and then I joined again 3 or 4 years ago. I like Cal Knives. I really, really miss the clinics they had there in Cal Poly Pomona that Red Sear would put on. I got to meet a lot of really cool people going down and doing the forging clinics. You know, I miss those old days of that. I'm looking forward to when I get out to Mississippi. I want to take up bladesmithing again as a hobby. I can't say that, you know, Legion Steel will offer very many forged knives, but Legion Steel will be offering custom handmade knives as well as the production made by myself and Marisa. Jim also says, I have very low tolerance for BS. Plus, I don't see much benefit there would be in my individual case as far as membership goes. Yeah, and that's something every maker has to weigh. You know, if you're well covered on machinery, if you're well covered on skill set, and you got your own unique style and way of doing things, you know, that networking ability might not benefit you. If you're leaning more to the traditional bladesmith model or kind of like the classic stock removal or EDC type knife, then having that network to grow your skills and learn new techniques, that accessibility to other makers, I think that could benefit somebody. But yeah, the deeper you get into your career, the more set in your ways you get. You know, have the culmination of all your years of growing your tooling and shop and the knowledge. So really at that point, the benefit becomes to others with you sharing your wisdom and knowledge. And the Legion Steel mascot is in the house. Hey, Dragoon, thanks for coming by. Glad to have you here. Dragoon says the mini Praxis is that knife for me at Help with Gadgets. And Jeff says it's an old hot dog stand in Brooksville, Florida. The only place you could separate hot dogs in Florida. Oh, nice. Help with Gadgets. Dragoon LSK. The more knives I get to experience, the more common this becomes. I think it's just now I'm more aware of what I like and dislike. Yeah, I would agree. The more knowledge you gain, the more insight you gain as far as design and what makes a knife practical. And the more you grow to understand materials and the technical aspects of a knife, it becomes harder to impress you. And definitely the budget that you need to look up starts to trickle up, and it can get out of control really quick. And before you know it, you're buying $600-700 production knives, typically very limited production knives. And then once you enter that wheelhouse, just give up and accept that full handmade customs are waiting for you right around the corner, and you are going to get there. Jim says it was Bob Igneth, Bob Lovelace, Steve Terrell, Sherman Williams, myself, and a few others. Oh, nice. Jim, did you ever get the opportunity to meet Herman Schneider? He was, for the longest time, he was in Laguna Niguel, and then he went to Texas for a while before coming back to California. But he was friends with Bob and a lot of the California knife makers. Let me know, because Herman Schneider was my mentor. He almost became he pretty much became like a surrogate grandfather to me. He's a man I deeply respect and I miss greatly. Dragoon, Help with Gadgets. I agree, especially once you get a good budget knife, the bar ends up raised. Yep. And then what I learned the hard way is your definition of budget eventually starts to evolve. And what you consider a budget knife starts slowly creeping up in price. And it's kind of crazy that for some people that I know in the knife industry, a budget knife is a $300 knife. That's not a budget knife for me, but I think it's safe to say for me, the budget price range is around $100 to $150. I'm not used to dropping below that price point because the odds of me being disappointed are pretty great. So, when I do find something in that, 30 to say 80 price range that I like, I'm really impressed. Help with Gadgets. The nice guy ruined the mini Praxis and almost ruined the Pyrite light for me. It's just so good. I haven't checked out the nice guy yet. I'll have to look into that one. Help with Gadgets. I haven't gotten to experience the nice guy yet. Yep, I'm right there with you. But I've heard it's good. I haven't heard much about it. Jim Hersula says, well, I'm still somewhat of a pariah in quite a few knife circles due to my books. And when book 4 comes out, probably be even more so. You never know. I mean, I get that. I completely understand, the pariah thing from when you first brought out the books. I know there were some makers trying to gatekeep that information. But it's been a long time now, and I would bet some pretty good money that the current generation of bladesmith would respect you pretty heavily, because I know several, and not a single one of them doesn't own all of your books in hardbound copy and have them in their shop. So you've influenced a lot of people, and I doubt you are the pariah you think you are, and possibly once were. I think you probably still had a lot of support back then, because I imagine the book wouldn't still be in print if people weren't buying them. I did quite a few times. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. And with Herman, yes, Herman was an awesome guy. Always stuck to his word. Had crazy talent. I can only dream to be as good as he is, or he was, at knife making someday. And I feel very honored to have known him, and him shared his wisdom and some of his skills with me. Barbie, I'm still here just cleaning and listening. Boy, this bleach is making me dizzy. Be safe with chemicals. Safety first. Marisa would tell you that. She used to be a safety person. So be safe, or I'm going to send Marisa out to lecture you on safety. Dragoon says, help with gadgets. It's so good. I like the D2 Penguin. Level good. I'm tempted to sponsor you one. Yeah, that good. Oh, that's got to be a good knife. Jim Hersulis. Okay, on budget knives, to me, I don't care. I have seen $15 old hickory slicer that cut a $250 German-made slicer. Yeah, it's all about the knife, the quality, and your tastes. Everybody's going to have a different idea. It's like going out and saying, "Oh, what's the best knife out there?" You're going to get a million different answers. And I pretty much I leave it up to each their own. Uh, like this thing, I want to like it so bad. I really do. And like I said, it's got a few things going for it, but overall, yeah. I just may have to make a video, because I don't want to go too in the weeds on it in a live, but I think they missed the mark, but there's some real potential here. I don't know. But yeah, I think budget's a personal thing. I've had some cheap knives. Like I actually like Opinel. It was brought up in our last live. I like Opinel knives, and but I don't like Mora knives. So everybody's got their own individual tastes. And Barbie says, and my exhaust fan is running. Well, get a mask, because you don't need to be poisoning yourself, your lungs, or anything like that. Some of those cleaners can get pretty nasty. Oh, and apparently, let me scroll up and see if I can find it. Think I missed it here, but we've got Lucky Duck Digger in the house. Welcome back, Lucky Duck. Glad to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the lives. We got Barbie. Oh, no, already read that one. Fook Doozle. I want an Opinel number 13. Yeah, there's a few open L's I want. I've actually even kind of thought about modifying an open L. Not sure how I would do a titanium rotating collar, but we got talking about them with Adventure 50 on the last live, and the idea of a carbon fiber open L with titanium accoutrement was pretty enticing. I think that would be pretty cool. Dragoon LSK. I agree, Marshall. That knife had great potential, but something was missed. Yeah, and I think part of what was missed was the size. I have to see if they make a bigger version. This whole aesthetic and blade design and geometry, this needs to be a big old folder. Like this would be a good contender for like a 4.5 inch or 5 inch folder, I think. 4 at the smallest, like a full 4. And if they kept the meaty handle on it, yeah, I'd probably be all over that, and I'd probably even overlook some of the other things that I don't particularly care about on this one, just for the size. All right. People saying hi to Lucky Duck. Jim Hersulis says, the way I look at it, if a knife doesn't cut right, it isn't really a knife. Or is it really a knife? And Opinel and Mora, they are great knives. They cut like crazy. Same as the older Rapala. I'm not sure. That brand doesn't ring a bell with me. I'm not sure if it got cut off or not, but that might be an older one I got to look into. But yeah, it's all about what you're doing. I tell a lot of people that you can find good knives in a lot of different prices. And in my personal opinion, there's no blade steel out there that justifies, for performance sake, or lock mechanism that justifies spending more than, say, $450 on a knife. Beyond that, you're talking about fit and finish, exclusivity, desirability of the maker, design, the artistic aspects into it. Those things can legitimately make a knife worth a lot more. But now you're getting into the wheelhouse of being 100% about personal taste. But as far as a tool, you can go out and buy a Stephen Rapp California Bowie with crazy stone inlays and silver sheath, and you can spend $30,000 on it, and at the end of the day, his knives are going to perform, and it's a tool, but you're going to mess up a really nice tool using it. You can go buy a whole lot of different knives, get yourself sub $100, and they're going to do just about the same thing. So I kind of look at it as there is a price point in which performance stops and everything else kicks in to justify the expense. And then there's some knives I just don't think they can justify the expense. Fook Doozle says, but I like my Moras. I beat the heck out of them. How did my Mora companion? There's nothing wrong with Moras. They're not me. I've tried. I've owned a few. I've been to shows. I've been to SHOT Show and spent, an hour or two in their booth. There's just something lacking there. And I don't even know how to put my finger on it. They don't excite me. And I've used them and they don't excite me. And I don't know why, but on the same note, I'll sport I can't even remember the name of it right off the top of my head. I'll sport an Opinel all day long. Yeah, my mind just went blank there for a moment. And Dragoon says, yeah, it feels like a Tootsie Roll someone left in a stocking. Yeah. You know, everybody's got their own individual tastes, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can sport and carry whatever knife you want. I mean, some people look at me like I'm crazy because I've carried and abused. Oh, here we go. An Alan Elishewitz Damasteel custom handmade pirate with uh, engraved bolsters, the silver twill G10, two-tone Damasteel blade. You know, when I got this, it was a $900 knife. Uh, Now getting a knife of this caliber from Alan Elishewitz is probably going to cost you upwards of $2,000. I have ripped boxes open with this, done things I shouldn't be doing. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the camera. I want a camera that focuses a little better. But I've actually sharpened this so many times, I'm starting to get, the little hook right here because I've used and abused this. And, there's people that look at me like I'm just insane because this would be a safe queen to them. And I got my full enjoyment out of it. Michael Upchurch, I recently got an Opinel when a girlfriend gave me one. Someone left it at her house, cleaned it, oiled it, and now need to sharpen it. Yeah, Opinels are good. They're good knives. I mean, you're not getting anything fancy. You're getting a reliable, very simple lock. If I was to gripe about anything on an Opinel, I would like to see a little heavier duty wood. The wood they use is lightweight, and every once in a while, I'm kind of like, is it going to be strong enough for what I'm going to do? But just got to remember, most knives have a purpose. They have certain tasks they were designed to do, and you're not likely to damage the knife or hurt yourself until you stray from what the knife was intended for. Michael Upchurch, Rapala, like fishing lure? I don't know. Uh, Jim might be able to answer that. And Jim says, well, back in the day when there actually was a knife industry in this country before they all went overseas. Yeah, and that shift to the global economy, it came at some costs, and it's also brought some good things. Always a give and take there. I would love to see a lot more American made companies, but once we open that global market door, I think it's really hard for American companies to compete at an affordable price point. One of the companies I think that does the best at that is Kershaw, because they have their entire portion of their company that imports knives, that kind of helps offset some of the expenses of making knives domestically. Because other companies, it's getting to the point where for fully American made, you're going to be $200 and up in order to be able to sustain as a company. And those are conditions we've all set for ourselves, and that lets these foreign brands come in here and be able to undercut the prices while even using American materials. And now it's hard to find a made in USA knife. I don't think it's exactly hard. I find made in USA knives all the time. I think it's hard to find affordable made in USA knives. Lucky Duck Digger says Rapala fillet knives are great, at least the old ones. I don't know about the newer ones. Okay, so they're a fishing knife brand. Oh, and we have Mad Yako in the house. Says, "Ayo, how you doing, Marshall? I'm doing great. I was showing off what I got from you earlier. We got these little mini Hanks with the grommet. Very nice. I like these. And the full size Hanks. Again, make sure you go follow Mad Yako. He's doing good work over there. I can't wait to see the next ones with the changes we talked about. I'm super stoked for those, and look forward to moving forward with all of this. Also, I want a giveaway from Barbie Chambers, EDC girl, and she threw in one of your Hanks, and I love this. So soft, very nice, and the perfect colors for me. I love my greens and my earth tones. So, Mad, throw your Etsy shop up in the chat if you want. We love to help you all promote. Lucky Duck Digger says, like metal detectors or sewing machines, a knife does the job you want it to do, but not all brands appeal to all people. Yep. And, not all brands are equal. You also got to understand every product has its limits. And if you want to get the most for your money, you use that product within its limits, and hopefully its limits before you buy so that you're not disappointed. It's pronounced Rapala. Okay. I will remember that. This is my first time hearing about them. And Dragoon says at Lucky Duck Digger, did that make your eye twitch too? What, my pronunciation? Hey, I'm good at that. It could be a hobby of mine, making people twitch. In fact, while Marisa was out here, she likes everything tidy. I had to leave little messes around here and there for her just to make her it was a lot of fun because, she knows some of my quirks and she likes poking at them. And yeah, we got to have fun with each other. And Mad Yako says, Dragoon, I'm stitching your Hank right now. That's awesome. I love the fact that in this community, we all support each other, try and help each other out, help each other grow what we're doing. It's the way it should be. The knife community, I believe, is one of the last communities where you see a lot of that on the as the overall theme of the community. So one of my favorite things about the knife community. Oh, he says expect a pick in about a half hour. Mad. That is fire. I just got some new knives in, and I'm needing another good Hank to roll into the rotation. And Fook says, well, that's it for me tonight. Have a great night, Marshall, and everyone. Thank you, Fook, for joining us. Again, happy birthday to your son. I'm glad you made it and we're able to hang out for a while. Mad Yako, woo! Yep. And the black ones are heading to Mississippi. Awesome. I know Marisa will be excited to get those. I can't wait to see one in person. Might be a hot minute before I get to see one of those in person, but I truly can't wait. Rolf says, outstanding, Hank. Mad Yako says, brilliant. Oh, Mad Yako says, that was one of my early ones. Well, I'm glad to have it. I love it. And Jim says, on the Rapala, if you get one of the martini ones, they are still good knives. Yeah, I do like the J Martini knives. I don't know if they're still available. I used to sell them back in the day when I worked at the knife shop. We sold a lot of the J Martinis. And Barbie says, Mad Yako is awesome. Addicted to Blades too. Welcome back, Addicted to Blades. He says, what up, Blade addicts? Oh, we're just talking about the knife industry, what makes a good budget knife, talking about how different aspects of a knife can actually end up disappointing you. You know, all these different factors. And I think there's a lot that goes into it. And I think the market's pretty well rounded for everyone, because not everyone's always going to agree on what makes something better than another. Barbie Chambers says, Mad Yako, be sure to come to my 300 giveaway tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yep, everybody should try to be there. I know I'm going to be there. Got to represent with my Kaiser Hiccup that I am just loving. I have a funny feeling Marissa's going to make me throw this in a giveaway since she had to put the assassin she loved in there. We'll see. Probably should, just to be fair. I know it killed her having to give that assassin away. Barbie says, addicted to blades. What's up, my friend? Oh. Mad Yako says, that's right. When I cook, generally, but I'll try, Barbie. Addicted to Blades 2, showing some cowbell love. And Lucky Duck Digger. So, newbie, what's a Hank? I'm always looking for new sewing projects. So, Hanks are here in the knife community. We do EDC and we carry a lot of different gear. It can be, your favorite pocket knife, a lighter for emergency uses, a little flashlight. Some people carry worry stones made out of either stone or composites or metal. And a lot of people like to show them off. So they get Hanks, nice vintage style or modern style or techie looking handkerchiefs that are heavy duty, and they put them down on a table and they'll lay out their EDC gear on them, or they'll roll up something that they little fancier that they want to protect in a hank. And you'll see a lot of people will go to color themes, like they'll carry a knife that's brass handled or copper handled with a copper lighter or flashlight, or sometimes knucks, pocket pry bars, whatever. They'll pick a color theme, and then they'll pick a hank that complements it and have an entire themed EDC loadout. So it's just something fun we do in the knife community. And with hanks, prices can range. I've seen them as low as $15 a piece, all the way up to $100 a piece, depending on who's making them and what type of fabric, the popularity. A lot of things can factor into that. So that's what the hank is. And a lot of different people get into making them. Only a few brands, though, that I've seen stick around long term, and that all comes down to how creative you get with them. And so far, Mad Yako is knocking it out of the park. Barbie says, Mad Yoko, cool, hope to see you. Dragoon is telling Lucky Duck that it's a handkerchief. I always thought the name handkerchief was kind of silly because I would never blow my nose into something like this, or, wipe food off my face or anything like that you use a handkerchief for traditionally. But yeah, I get why they're called that. Rolf says a hank to the place of a bandana. Yeah, just a little bit smaller typically. And we have Stacy Bolster Blades here with us tonight. Welcome, Stacy. Glad to have you here. Lucky Duck says thanks for the info. And Dragoon says at Rolf, negative Ghost Rider. One of those is a rag. LOL. Stacy saying hi to everybody. Addicted to Blades, giving some emoji love to Rolf. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Rolf Roberts, Dragoon, indeed, LOL. I was just trying to make it simple, but failed. Yep. I'm good at that. Dragoon, addicted to Blades too. Evening, brother. More people saying hi. Jim Hersulis. Geez, I know a lot of useless stuff. You know what, Jim? My wife, Marisa, many of my friends, they tell me that all the time. I am like a fountain of useless information. And even worse, I love sharing it. So everybody around me gets to sit through and hear about it. Except for Marisa. She usually tells me to be quiet. Thank you, Barbie, for sharing Addicted to Blades channel. Again, everybody, if you got a channel, an Instagram, a social media, go ahead and drop that link. If you don't have a wrench, I can get you wrenched, and you can share your links. Everybody's saying hi. Bradford Mitchell says, Addicted to Blades 2. Did you watch Metal Complex's Blade Binge video from today? I missed that. Stacy Bolsterblade saying hi to Jim Ursulis. Dragoon says at Jim Ursulis, knowledge isn't useless. Look at the great conversation that is being had involving the information you are able to provide. Yep. It's not a case of information being useless. I think it's more a case of information being useless to some individuals. Other individuals will value that information greatly. And the fact you're on book 4 speaks volumes about the information you have to give out. Stacy Bolsterblade. Hiccup is great. Oh, yeah. I love this thing. I'm going to end up fidgeting with it a lot. I've already fidgeted with it a lot since I've got it, and I only got it today. Ah, yes, the assassin. Yep. Marisa is going to be upset that I have something similar to the assassin. Addicted to Blades. Yes, I did. Upsetting. I got to catch up on this chat. I get caught up and I think I'm good, and then I fall behind again. Let me see what I got here. Let's scroll through and hit some of these. Addicted to Blades says we're not the same person. I'm not sure what that's involving. Thinking about changing my name. Oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, I think Addicted got fired up. Dragoon got put on a timeout. Bad Dragoon. You know better. Addicted to Blades says off with his head. Lucky Duck says thanks for the explanation. Apparently am EDC and didn't realize it. I'll add coordinating Hanks when I make my bag with matching stuff. Awesome. I'd love to see pictures of that. Do you have an Instagram, Lucky Duck? If so, I'd like to check it out. Bradford Mitchell says, Addicted to Blades 2. Wait, you're not the guy on Blade Binge? I don't think so. Dragoon says at Lucky Duck Digger, that is the big thing. We like the Hanks for our stuff to sit on or wrap nicer stuff in. Yep. We all love our EDC gear and we don't want to scratch it up, get the snail trails or rub marks. So we don't like just sitting them down on any old surface. And those Hanks, they give us the ability to set it down for people to look at without the risk of scratching everything up. Mad Yako says, I'm trying to undercut everyone else on my Hanks because I'm new. Don't undercut yourself too much. It's good to be in a more affordable option when you're starting out, but you don't want to make it unsustainable for you either. You've got to find that balance between being affordable and being able to conduct your business. That's always important. Lucky Duck Digger, this sewer's imagination is now going crazy with ideas of Hanks to sew. I can only imagine. I don't even know how to, I would hurt myself with a sewing machine. And I even got ideas for Hanks. And Bradford Mitchell replying to attention, addicted to blades. Let's see what else we got here. Mad Yoko, I love your information, Marshall. Thank you. I try to give it out when it's asked for. Sometimes I give it out when it's not asked for. And I try not to do that too much because I know that can be annoying sometimes. I can get very long-winded. Part of why I'm like starting to fall behind in the chat here. So trying to get caught up. Stacy Bolster Blade says, wrench me. All right, Stacy, got you right here. Let me give you a wrench. Moderator. Save. All right, Stacy, you have been wrenched officially. Dragunil SK, I was thinking that, plus I'm a quilter, plus as I'm a quilter, a piece pattern with blocking for each piece. Oh, okay, cool. I can't imagine the work involved in making quilts. Addicted to blades too. I don't sell blades. Jason Reynolds. What's the name of the Persian style behind me? You mean the one that's up off camera with the black blade, Jason? This one here? It doesn't have a name. It's just Bill Herndon's Persian Fighter. I love this thing. Bill was one of the many knife makers that taught me a lot. So I had to get this from him. I like having one piece or two pieces from any maker that helped shape my path in custom knife making. Adventure 50 says, at Mad Yako, your prices are very fair. Yeah, you have some great designs. Yep, I agree wholeheartedly. Dragoon says, all information is situational. There is no such thing as useless knowledge. I agree 100%. There's knowledge out there that can be useless to one, but not to the other. You don't go to a heart surgeon to get your tranny serviced in your car or truck. Not everything is for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. Lucky Duck Digger says, at Mad Yako, love your fabric choices. I'm going to plan some fun sewing. Bradford Mitchell, addicted to blades too. Wow, I never noticed. I'm sorry I missed that. Funny thing is, I was going to reach out to you about one of the blades he's selling to see about doing a deal sometime. Yep. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about this situation. And Stacy says, yeah, don't be mixing up my samurai brother John. Thank you, Rolf. I got her covered. She's wrenched. I just got a little bit behind in the chat there, trying to keep up. This is the first, I'm not used to doing everything. This is pushing the limits of my focus, but I think I'm doing good. How about you guys tell me? Am I doing good this time around? And thank you, Black Wolf Outdoors. Black Wolf says, hey, everyone, smash that like button. And while you're at it, please consider subscribing as well. Both are great and easy ways to support this great content creator now and in the future. Thank you so much. Black Wolf Outdoors, please. I believe you're wrenched. Yep, you're wrenched. So share your link in the chat. Everybody should go and check out Black Wolf Outdoors channel. Give him a sub, like some of his content, leave a comment or two, make sure it sticks. I love the support that we all show for each other in this community. It just makes my heart all warm and happy. All right. And Stacy Bolstered Blade says a bit of useless information is a group of owls in flight is called a silence. Not like you're ever going to see that very much, but that's what they're called. Just kind of, it sounds kind of appropriate too. Like a group of cats is called a glaring. And anybody who's spent any time with any cat knows that it doesn't get more appropriate than a glaring. You had to grab your hiccup and start looking. Yeah, I love the sound this makes. I mean, it just, bam, so nice. I love that little ting right there at the end. Not sure if the mic picks it up. Let me know if you can hear it on the mic. And Dragoon says, I don't mind the knife getting a couple things here and there, but my clip on a couple of my knives will wreck your table finish. Yeah, and I get that. You know, sometimes the stuff we want to set things down on can be damaged by the knives. Some knives, you know, some finishes can pick up snail trails real easy on titanium finishes. And while most people don't collect for investment, it is also nice to be able to, should you ever want to trade, to get as much value out of the knife as possible. Some people are pretty picky on the condition of the knives they want. You know, to each their own. Some people mark up knives way too much, but hey, if they got a buyer, if it's worth it to someone, then who are we to say, you know, bad move? Somebody sold something for X amount of money and somebody was willing to pay X amount of money for it. You know, and if that happens within the community, it's nobody's fault. If it happens outside of the community, then you can get a little into the shame on you for asking too much thing because your buyer doesn't necessarily know. But like, if you mark something up on Blade Binge or certain dealers that deal in used knives for you, letting you consign them or whatnot, or you know, well, then if they're on those sites, chances are they're an enthusiast and they know exactly what they're doing. And the knife just might be worth that much to them. You get into eBay and some of the other places, then it's kind of like you don't know how aware of things they are, and there can be a lot of room to take advantage of somebody. Haha, and Barbie Chambers. She says, Stacy, I'm flicking my ASGEIR. That is music to my ears, Barbie. And Dan Stan in the house saying, hey, y'all. Hey, Dan, glad to have you here. How are you doing tonight? What do you got in your pockets? In fact, I can hear my stomach grumbling over here. What have you all had for dinner? Give me some food information, because I am going to be making a mad run for the kitchen when the live is over. Mad Yako, good advice. The prices just went up a smidge. Yeah. The trick is to not be greedy. Fair means it has to be fair to everybody. As a product creator, you're putting your time, effort, and money into it, to create something and sell it. So you have to be fair to yourself while being fair to the consumer. So you don't want to overcharge the consumer, but you need to make sure that you're not hurting yourself, because if you can't, if you're making Hanks and you're selling things for a price that people are just gobbling them up, but it's taking almost all that money you're making just to make more Hanks, and you're not growing your business account, bank account at some point to where you can buy fabric in larger bulk, get a little ahead of the game, start creating that profitable window. It's rarely going to be big. I mean, most businesses operate on a between 6 and 8% profit margin at the end of the day, when you factor in all the costs of business. And it ain't cheap. You still need to have some profit there, because if you aren't benefiting financially in a way that allows you to carry on the business, it's just a hobby that pays for itself. That's my opinion. Lucky Duck Digger at Mad Yako, I'll have to make a Hank to match my new Hello Kitty crossbody. I have 2 Insta Lucky Duck Digger for digging, and Cyanel F Lucky Duck Dreams for sewing. All right. And Rolf, Stacy, you're the backbone of the knife community. All these lives, and you are on the ball with being a mod. Yep. That's one of the great things is everybody on here, well, most everybody, we all mod people up so that they can promote themselves. That kind of kindness you don't see in every community. Stacy says there's definitely enough community to go around to make sure your Hanks are a success. Yep, absolutely. All right, what else do we got here? I love your Odin. Dragoon says, I love your Odin, Marshall. Since you love to give things out, how about you give that to me? I would if I could, The company gives things out. There is a business side to all of this. The Odins are nice. Now, just to make sure you understand, this isn't my design. These are just knives we've acquired. for the purposes of giveaway and fundraising, promoting. You know, they haven't been made for a long while. Discontinued knives are hard to get a hold of. I like older knives because I don't like paying the hype price when something's new and everybody and their brother's got to get it. You know, you wait a while, let the hype settle. You can get some nice knives for a fair price. Sadly, a lot of people feel the need to mark things up just because they're the latest and greatest. And I don't mean like the manufacturer marks them up. I mean, people get them because they're hard to get and they buy them, flip them, and jack the price up really high. And to me, that's just not right. Black Wolf Outdoors. I have no flickable blades. Everything I currently carry is fixed blades. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, fixed blades are going to be the most reliable, hands down. You don't got to worry about a lock failing. You don't got to worry as much about abusing it. You still have to worry a little. You got to understand the tool for the job. You know, I got told almost 30 years ago that a knife is the most expensive, least effective pry bar you will ever own. And there is a lot of truth to that. You're welcome, Stacy. Thank you, Barbie, for sharing Dan Stan's page. Mad Yoko, I am making 2 quilts right now, slowly as I please. Somebody needs to do an EDC quilt. You know, like a quilt with the occasional patch on the quilt, having molly loops on it, you know, maybe a little Velcro panel for a patch here and there, the occasional ballistic nylon patch on there. Could be pretty fun. And Jason Reynolds says, yes, I'm not sure what he's saying yes to. See, Bolster Blade says, Black Wolf will get you fidgeting soon. I just know it. Yep. I think this is all contagious. Jason says the integral. I'm not sure. Do you mean integral? Like one piece? Or are we talking fixed blade or folder? That big knife is awesome. The Persian? Yeah, thank you. I love this thing. I gotta get caught up in this chat. Rolf, I like that tomato slayer. Jason, the integral folder. All right, let me get caught up here. Wow, that's a beast. Jim says, well, I am back to writing. Take care, all. Thank you for coming, Jim Hersulis. We love having you here. Stacy Bolster Blades is sharing her server. The Black Wolf Outdoors, we got to fix that. You need a decent folding knife. Get a penguin for $25 or a nice guy for $30. You won't be disappointed. All good tips. Lucky Duck Digger. Cool at Mad Yoko. That and particular design. I have way too many in progress and need to be quilted. Madioko, green flannel. Let me see where we're at. I never realized how much we actually talk and interact with you guys. When we have two of us, you know, we can be multitasking, and this is just crazy. I love having you guys all here. I'm sorry that I'm running a little bit slow on this. Black Wolf Outdoors, LMAO, I can't even afford to pay attention, let alone buy anything right now. I think that's most of the country after the last 4 years we've had, but that's all the farther I'll go into that. Lucky Duck Digger. This is a great stream. I'm glad I found you guys. We're glad to have you here too. We just like doing everything we can for the community. We like to contribute in more ways than just product, and in more ways than just make you spend money. It's part of why we don't push our products on you. We want to build the rapport and the relationship. We could be out there, you know, like spamming social media, and trust me, there's a certain value to doing that. But we'd rather have customers and viewers that come to us because they truly want what we offer, rather than feeling pressured into doing it. Marshall, you are doing a great job. Thank you, Bradford. That means a lot. This is like a big step for me to be running a live by myself. Mad Yako, awesome. My great grandma quilted, so here I am. That's pretty cool. I have an old family quilt that I hope to never lose or never wear out. Barbie Chambers, Black Wolf, then you should come to my live tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm having a giveaway and doing a review on my new ASGEIR. Yep, everybody should be there. It's going to be a great opportunity to maybe win some stuff to support Barbie and the growth of her channel. You know, we all like supporting each other. I know I'll be there. I'm hoping Marisa will be able to make it. I know you guys are used to seeing both of us giving each other a hard time in the live streams. It's a lot of fun for us. Rolf Robertson, it's all good, Marshall. You're doing a fine job. We are all still here. I am so grateful for that. I'll let you in on a little secret. Earlier today and last night, with getting everything set up for the live, I was just in total terror that I was going to hit the go live button and then sit here like this. Scared to death. And I've been a ball of nerves since. And then I had to drive halfway across Southern California this morning to take Marisa to the airport super early and then drive back and get some rest before this. So I've just been frazzled all over the place. So it means a lot that you guys think I'm doing well, because typically I'm one of the more hands-on physical task guys. I do, you know, I am the one seen on screen in a lot of the videos. But Marisa does the amazing work of editing them. I do a lot of the more hands-on stuff with prototyping. Both of us contribute to design. But on the technology side of the business, that is where Marisa is a true blessing. Me and computers and tech don't always get along. She understands it a lot better than I do, and she's been gracious in mustering the patience to try and teach me. Dragoon says, Lucky Duck Digger, wait till the rest of the family is here. This is less than half of us. We are a huge community, and everyone here is amazing. Yep, and we are all family for sure. And Black Wolf Outdoors says, Barbie, I'll try making it a point to be there. Awesome. Barbie and Rolf are just a complete riot when they're on live. Barbie says, yeah, Marshall, you're doing awesome. We're enjoying the conversation. That's great. That's all I need to hear. Let me put the wrench over here. Black Wolf Outdoors. I don't have any luck either, though, but I'll be there in support. You know, I'm right there with you, Black Wolf. I was actually dumbfounded that I won this hiccup in Barbie's one of Barbie's earlier giveaways. I was like, what? You know. Stacy Bolsterblade says, definitely can hear the ting. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Just how I like it. And Barbie Chambers wanting some cowbell. Well, what do you guys think? We've got we haven't had some cowbell in a while. Should I just do some cowbell for the sake of cowbell? Let me know. Rolf says, remember to tighten that button now and then, or she'll fly on that hiccup. It needs a dab of Loctite. All right, I'll make sure to do that. Dragoon says, I bought a brass 3V sheepdog and a bulldog for $120 last week. I almost felt bad, but he offered a good deal. All right. Yep, I like the sheepdogs. I can't remember the bulldog. That one's not ringing a bell. Okay, I got to get farther down. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into it. All right, so let's start with this. Lucky Duck Digger, tortellini and chicken. Very nice. Mad Yako, meatloaf and taters. Can't go wrong there. Dragoon, I had fried egg sandwiches. Not the best idea, but not the worst. Hey, at the price of eggs now, it's fine dining. Kelly White, we had steak and mashed red potatoes and green beans. Dan says Kubi and Silo and Tops Cut 4.0 tonight. Bradford Mitchell, cheeseburger and tots. I'm probably going to be doing a burger and tots later. Stacy Bolsterblade, I cooked cheeseburgers and tots tonight. Oh, you guys must be dining together. Let's see. Kelly White, SBB, we probably have hamburgers, well, cheeseburgers and sausage dogs, hot dogs tomorrow night. See, now I'm feeling it. We got the food going. Oh, I'm so hungry. We need to get more buns at the store, says Kelly White. Yep, I know that feeling. Stacy Bolster Blade says if you sell your items at 3 times the cost, they cost you to replace one, add another, and the rest is in the pocket. Yep, that's a good starting business model. It can get a lot more involved as your equipment starts coming in because equipment often breaks down over time as to how much you have to invest, but you got to spend it all up front. So if you buy say you're doing Hanks and you buy a $7,000 or $8,000 sewing machine, you got to spend all that at once and recoup on it over time, but you have to factor that into your costs. Let's see here. Trying to get down here. I am so far behind. All right. Got a lot of conversations between people going on here. I love seeing that. Help with Gadget says he's still here, in and out of the room. Glad you're listening and lurking. Help with Gadgets. Adventure 50. Marshall, you're doing great. Although it's weird not seeing Marisa with you. Yeah, it's weird her not being here. This is our first live where it's just one of us. It's gonna happen again in the future here and there. Marissa's back home now. So when we're doing lives together, you're going to get to see 2 separate screens up here. It's like we'll be a guest on each other's show, so to speak. But, we're going to make it work. I am moving out to Mississippi sometime this year, and hopefully sooner than later, but we'll see. Then we'll both, once the move is finished, we'll both be in the same place at the same time again, and you'll get the regularly scheduled programming. We've got Mick Ranger in the house. Welcome back, Mick Ranger. Glad to have you here. I'm really glad to see how much you enjoyed the in the shop videos. It's been a real joy reading your comments on it. Mr. JD's is an awesome guy. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to watch Trevor's or Casey's in the shop yet, but if you can and you haven't, go check them out. We got more cowbell. So Stacy Bolster Blades and Barbie have been calling for cowbell. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right. So here we go, everybody. Some cowbell for y'all. All right. There you go. Yeah, it's weird not having the cowbell going all the time. Me and Marissa, we get so wrapped up in these lives, it's a blast. I'm sitting over here eating my Reese cups. I don't have to defend them. Don't have to keep that side eye going for Marissa trying to steal my Reese cups. Very different. Jason says, oh, you're talking about the lamella. I'm interested in the integral machine folder behind you that has the trailing point blade. It has some very thick machining. I think it's Gerber. No, it's Reich Knives, lamella. I've got that up here on the desk. It's not a true integral, but Definitely looks like one. It's got some crazy machining going on. The upper part of the handle and the lower part of the handle are not the same piece. You can see a slight tone difference in the finish, but it's all titanium. It is a guillotine, total drop shut. I gotta learn how to center in front of the camera better. But yep, there you go. Yeah, this is in M3, or no, sorry, 20 CV titanium thumb studs. Nice fuller. The milled titanium shell for the back half. This covers all the hardware, conceals it. Inlaid liner lock. Down here, you've got your clasp or your catch for removing the shell. Blind screwed titanium pocket clip with ceramic ball cleat on it. Very nice knife. Very impressive. And I mean, it's an import. And you can say a lot of things about some of the Chinese companies out there, and you can say a lot about their business practices, but the reality is they're in their own renaissance on blade making. And, you know, what you can get for your money from them, America just can't compete with right now. So if somebody doesn't value the ethics and the politics that, you know, America has or other countries have, and it just doesn't matter to them, and they don't care where they buy their stuff from, it makes it hard to compete. And you know, that can make things a challenge for getting more American made blades out there. Adventure 50. Am I the only one who sits and fidgets with knives while watching live streams? No, sir, you are not. I do it all the time. In fact, in the last 30 days, there's been plenty of times that at the desk here, both me and Marisa were working. I'm in a live stream. She's editing video or working on some graphics. And I'm over here, click, 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 click. And she just like, and then puts her headphones on and goes back to what she's doing. So, nope, you're not alone. Probably not alone with annoying people around you with the fidgeting. Hello, Titanium Justin. Glad to have you here. How are you doing tonight? What's in your pocket? Chili dog and ice cream. I'm not even going to ask. That is a weird combo. Love seeing y'all having fun with the emojis. Adventure 50 says he had Chinese food tonight. Now, did you have real Chinese food or did you have like the American Chinese food? I'm curious. Mick Ranger says, dang, is that how much sewing machines are? Well, if you're talking about what I said, those are some of the more budget friendly, like CNC sewing machines. I had a really good friend. His mom was really into sewing, and you know, she did it professionally, and yeah, they can get pretty pricey. As far as like your standard Singer type sewing machine, I don't know what those go for. Leather sewing machines, like that could automatically stitch up a sheath, a leather sheath, you know, those I know they start at a few $1,000s. All right. And Mick says, heck yeah, the in the shop video with Mr. D's was awesome. I'm so glad you guys liked it. His video has gotten such an amazing response. It's awesome. And Lucky Duck Digger says, Mick Ranger, like a good knife, the more features or fancy, the more the cost. Both my current daily sewers are $1,200 machines, though I got one half price, and a friend gave me for quilting. Yep. Yeah, everything costs money. It's like in my workshop, you can have a milling machine. I got one here. They would go for, in the condition it's in, $3,000 maybe. You go try to buy a brand new one, $30,000. And people aren't even really using manual mills that much anymore. You can get CNC starting, at a few $100 for a little desktop Chinese made unit, and they go up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you just got to know what you're looking for. And if you want something that's going to hold up and last and do everything right, it just might cost you a pretty penny. And Jason says, yep, that's the one. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. And Adventure 50 says, it is time to plug my channel. I'm getting close to 750 subscribers. Yeah, everybody, Adventure 50 does some awesome content. If you could run over, sub him, watch a short or something, watch a regular video, like it, comment, he's a great guy doing great things. Make sure you go support him. And Lucky Duck Digger, guys, got to go. I'm recovering from the flu and wiped out. Good night. Thank you for being here, Lucky Duck Digger. It was great to have you. Stacy Bolsterblade says the golden age of knives. Yeah, in a way it is. And I think it's going to get even more so with Magpul working with the MIM technology and 3D printing in its infancy. I think we're going to see a lot of really neat stuff coming down the road in the not too distant future. Rolf says, I have a new knife in my hand. Does it begin with an A and end with an R, Rolf? Because I know that your sweetie there, Barbie, got a new knife that begins with an A and ends with an R. Help with gadgets. I have 17 knives in front of me. Been flicking them all night. I know exactly what you mean, Help. For the last month, we've had like between 35 and 40 knives back here on this workbench behind me. It was so hard to not just fidget like mad. All right, Adventure 50. I had pork chow mein and wonton soup. Oh, that sounds pretty Chinese to me. Rolf Roberts, you win. Help with gadgets. Barbie Chambers, my singer is $60 on Amazon. That's I didn't know they got that inexpensive. Mick Ranger, I have an old school singer from the 40s or 50s. It folds into the wood desk. It's really awesome. Is it an electric one with the black cast iron body that's got like the enamel finish? Because I have one that looks like the old pedal sewing machines, but it's electric, and it's in like an end table type thing. Lift up the top, drop it down under the table, close it up. Really cool. I want to It works. I want to restore the wood at some point. And Barbie Chambers says, my singer is from 1968, the year before I was born. Oh, you don't have to go and date yourself there, Barbie. We're all young at heart. Mick says, my grandmother and mother owned a dress shop back in the 70s and 80s. So they had some nice sewing machines, and I still have one. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, my sewing machine, it's a hand-me-down through the family. I don't know exactly who it belonged to, but yeah, I've struggled with the idea of letting it go back and forth, at different times when times were tough, and I'm glad I haven't. Nick Ranger, I just got a nice knife that brother Darkwater was so kind to give away to me. It's a clip point top liner lock raccoon. It's nice. Awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting a raccoon. They caught my attention some time back, and I just haven't gotten one yet. And Rolf says, no, it starts with a B and ends with a D. Well, then tell us, Rolf. Inquiring minds got to know. And Mick Ranger, yes, cast iron has an electric pedal. I bet you I got the same model, Mick. Stacy Bolster blades. Mine is the institutional green Sears Kenmore from the 70s. Very nice. Mick Ranger says, I couldn't let it go. It just speaks to me. I don't even sew. Yep, same here. The only time I ever tried using a sewing machine, I sewed my thumb. And I haven't done much with them since. I would take a picture, but it's buried in my garage under my mess of stuff. Well, it sounds like you need to clean your garage. That's what I'm getting, because I found so much stuff in my workshop that I didn't know I had around in my workshop while Marisa was here. But yeah, it's crazy how things can just build up. And now I'm all caught up. Yeah, someone needs to clean it, but it ain't gonna be me. Well, you can always hire someone. In fact, you know what? You can hire me. I'll come clean your garage for you. I'll keep all the cool stuff. You can pay me, like $10,000. All good. You'll be happy. I'll even scrub the floor with a toothbrush. So how y'all liking the lives solo version? I'm sure it's going to be different the first time as well. The first time Marisa has to go live without me. I'm sure that's bound to happen at some point. Mick, can I pay you $5 a month for the next 100 years? Oh, see, I don't know. You're going to have to let me think on that. Depends on what you got in your garage. If you got good stuff, we might be able to work a deal. But yeah. I'm still thinking about all the food you guys were mentioning earlier. We always come back to food on here. I'm sitting here. I got 4 Reese cups left. A little bit of soda. And a growling stomach. Mick Ranger, hey, I have a Honda 4-wheeler I can give you. Yeah, typically those kind of offers are followed up by a whole lot of expense. Pretty much brand new too. Well, that makes me think there might be something wrong with it, because pretty much brand new is not exactly brand new. I feel a butt in there somewhere. But yeah. So tell me all what you think. Are these lives better with the two of us? Do you want to see more with just me or just Marisa? Mick Ranger, I can't write it because of my neck. Nope, nothing's wrong with it. Brian White says, but it needs. Oh, no, I'm taking his word for it. Dragoon says he's on his way. You may get your garage cleaned, Mick. Serious. Dragoon seems to be all over that. Yeah, I used to do the off-roading thing. My dad had one of those first generation Honda Odysseys. Living out here in the desert, we had the dry lake beds, and I loved going out and going crazy on them. It was so much fun. I would get myself into so much trouble. And it was back when they didn't have the full roll cage. So my dad's friend had welded bars over the top of it, enclosing the roll cage from the tower that sat right behind you and the bumper. And it was a lot of fun. I'd go out, go nuts, flip it, roll it, whatever, get sideways in it. I see a Mick Ranger says, I would seriously give it to you at Dragoon LSK because I hate seeing it go to waste. I see Dragoon making a trip in the near future and cleaning a garage. Help with gadgets. My neighbors gave me a 93 Honda 4-Trax. Comes in handy because deer are heavy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, back in the 90s, they offered something called a Fat Cat. I wanted one of those so bad. It had like those ATC balloon tires on a 2-wheeled mini bike. That looks so cool. I loved it, but never got one. Didn't have a job that paid me enough. Too young to buy it on my own. And my parents, they weren't having it. Help with gadgets, and my grandson likes to ride with me. That's awesome. That makes it better when you've got family and friends to go ride with regularly. I know that I used to go out riding with my dad and my dad's best friend. On rare occasion, my sister would go. A couple of times when I got a little older, I took a friend, but for the most part, it was me and my dad, and we had a blast. Oh, that's good. I didn't always have a helmet. This was the 80s, early 90s, back when you could ride in the back of a pickup truck sitting on the edge of the bed on the road, and we drank from garden hoses that had boiling hot water in them. Back in the days when being a child actually put hair on your chest. Yep. I think we were all different back in the day, different times. Mick Ranger, I grew up riding dirt bikes. Yeah, for me, my parents didn't want me on two-wheeled things, so it was typically three or more wheeled things that I rode. But I eventually got into riding motorcycles on the street, and I did that for a long time. Jason says we had a Carl held Sour Bronc 2 fat tires minimizes. I want another one now. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Help with gadgets, rode many times in the back of a truck. Oh, yeah, me too. I loved doing that as a kid. Now, they'd probably, if you let your kid ride in the back of a truck, it would probably be like, little people abuse or something like that. Help with gadgets, traveled halfway across the country in a truck bed with a camper cover. Yep, been there, done that. Slept over the top of a cab in a camper backed pickup truck while my family was driving. You know, uh, and I've literally, yeah, we won't tell those stories. I've gotten into trouble in the back of a pickup truck with a bunch of friends, being a little bit of a terror in the past. Mick Ranger, I live in New York and love to make cops chase me. I was bad. You weren't alone. Only I wasn't in New York. I was in California. Oh, mini bikes. Okay. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, mini bikes have always been fun. Mick Ranger, until they caught me and beat my. Yep. Yep. Know that feeling too. And Jason says they were solid as kits back in the back section of Popular Mechanics. Oh, they were sold. Yeah, sold as kits in the back section of Popular Mechanics. Yeah, I think my dad had a couple of them. I didn't get to ride them much. My mom was worried I was going to hurt myself. Mick Ranger, the cops beat me up, threw me in the back of the cop car, and he wheelied my dirt bike all the way to the station. That's funny. Yeah, the only time I ended up in the back of a police car, I wasn't taken to jail or anything. I kind of wish they had. Instead, I was taken to my parents' front door at 3 a.m. Jail would have been safer. I had Mick Ranger. I had a nice KX 125. Yeah, I think the only mini bike I ever got to ride had like a little Briggs and Stratton motor in it. Nothing fancy. And help with gadgets. Okay, guys, I'm out. Hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining us, Help with Gadgets. It's been fun having you here. I will see you in the YouTube knife tube world. Have a great night. Mick Ranger. The good old days when the cops would catch us and beat us up for fun and let us go. Yep. Back before the days where everybody sued everybody. Barbie good says good night. We're all, oh, you guys taking off? If so, good night. It was great to see you guys. I will be at your live stream tomorrow, Barbie. I don't want to miss that. Tomorrow I get to find out after Marisa watches the replay of the stream if I get whipped with a cane or not. Oh, no. I was reading Help with Gadgets post that they were heading out. Yeah, I'm still here for a little bit. I don't know how much longer. Maybe like a half hour. I'm starting to get really hungry. But I'm having a good time. You know, I think tonight was good for me. You guys have all been so great and understanding. And you've been patient with me. I'm running a little slow on the chat at times, but I can tell you straight up, this has helped be a confidence booster to me on using all of this stuff, because I look at some of these controls behind the scenes on YouTube and I'm like, I know how to make a folder on my desktop, and I'm trying to do this. Oh, thank you for saying. Glad you're here. And Mick Ranger, I remember a cop asked me my name and I said Mike, and he took my wallet and read my ID and it said Michael. So he cracked me as hard as he could and called me a liar because it said Michael on my ID. Yeah, I knew a few like that. I would share some of my stories, but I don't think it's the responsible thing to do as a content creator on here, because might influence some trouble, and yeah, don't need that kind of trouble. I should be inspiring good and wholesome behavior. But I will say I had fun growing up. I miss the old days where kids could be kids. So, who all do we still have here? We got Barbie and Rolf. I think we got Adventure. We got Mick. Any of you guys got weekend plans? Fun times set up for tomorrow? Yep, Adventure 50 still here. Not to mention, there were like 10 cops who just watched the entire thing. I was fuming. Ha! Yep, Barbie's still here. And Mick says, yeah, I had fun too. Threw stuff looking for the right size. Oh, wait. Nope. Scroll chat jumped on me. Here we go. Yeah, I had fun too. I took it like a man and life went on. Yep. That's what you got to do. I consider myself part of the just deal with it generation. You know, a lot of people, they want to blame everything on everybody else. And I'm just like, just deal with it and move on. Stacy Bolster Blades, I'm here just digging through stuff, looking for the right size box. Well, I wish you luck on finding that. Don't know what the box is for, but I'm sure you got it handled. Adventure 50, watching the superb owl and breaking my diet. That's why I don't do diets. I don't want to break them. I don't want to feel bad. So I just eat what I eat and then, go out and try and work it off after. Leatherwood tomorrow. Leatherwood or leather working, Jason? Dragoon, I forgot tomorrow was the Super Bowl, and I said I would go get my wife and I burgers from somewhere. Not wise. Yep. So who y'all rooting for in the Super Bowl? Let's see if I can start a fight in here. I got to have something from this that makes Marisa roll her eyes, or I'm not living up to her thumbnail. So who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? And fight. Yep, leather working tomorrow. Yeah, we never looked for lawsuits. It was about sucking things up and being tough as nails. Yep. And Barbie is rooting for the Eagles. Dragoon. I'm putting all my money on hot wings this year. Is that a clever way of saying you're voting for the Eagles? Jason, I went on a diet once. Wasn't getting enough to eat, so I went on 2 diets. That's funny. Barbie, fly, Eagles, woo! Yep. Stacy Bolster Blades, I was a hardcore football up till about 8 years ago, so I don't care. Yeah, I've never been super into football, but what interest I did have went away when they started injecting politics into it. Adventure 50, I don't care who wins. My Jets and Niners were miserable this year. Yep. My best friend, Adventure, he's a Jets fan. Big time Jets fan. McRanger. No, I'm rooting for hot wings over boneless wings. Who cares about foosball? That's about where I'm at. So, hamburgers are sounding really good right now and really easy to make this late at night. So We'll see what I'll be eating here in a little bit. Yep, whiny people with no sportsmanship. They kind of kill it. And the group, the organization overall, you know, they didn't want to be fair either. Punish one side for doing something the other side was basically doing. It just, yeah. Keep politics out of it. I like when actors keep their politics quiet, musicians, athletes, all of it. You know, you provide a service, I want to like you, you know. Yeah. Oh, I want wings, but I'll only wings if I make them. McRanger. Addicted to Blades 2. I could care less. Barbie, we don't watch football either, but I do when the Eagles are playing. Yeah, it's good to support a team. McRanger, I'm a Giants fan, but first, the Chiefs have always been my AFC team. Stacy, I think it's all rigged anyway. Why do I see you with a tinfoil hat on your head while you say that? Mick Ranger, because the Chiefs were terrible and I liked the underdog. Never thought they could be this good. Yeah, sometimes it just goes to show, you know, I forget what team it was that made the World Series and everybody was in shock. And Barbie says, Mick, my brother is a Chiefs fan. All right. I'm starting to feel the tension in the room. Let's see if we can get some shouting going. I want to see some competitive rivalry. Mick, I'm not a true Chiefs fan, but years ago I wanted an AFC team to root for, and I picked the Chiefs. And Stacy Bolster Blades, you did get a cigar, winner, winner, but I prefer to be called the conspiracy realist since I've been right 99% of the time. Yep. Yeah, I love the meme where it says I'm shopping for new conspiracies. I'm running out because they're all becoming truth. Yeah, it's crazy. The world just keeps getting weirder. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy guy, not too big. Um, I have enough skeptic and cynic in me that I don't fall for every alleged conspiracy. But yeah, I believe a lot of people are up to no good. I just don't think it's necessarily planned. A diehard Giants fan. Nice. 100%. But I think I'm going to get some food here soon. I'm going to probably wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So I just want to thank everybody for bearing with me. Uh, you know, this was a big step for me. I'm excited. It went well. Uh, I like the fact that our community is so tight that you all stuck here with me through this and supported me with Marisa being gone. This was a little bit worrisome for me, but I think it all went pretty well. Oh, and Stacy says, I found the perfect box. Awesome. Still don't know what's going in it, but awesome nonetheless. Barbie says, I'm a diehard knives fan. Yep. In fact, I think there should be a knife-themed team for every type of sports. And Jason says, one more gong for the road. All right, everybody. I'll give you some cowbell and some gong for the road. Thank you for being here to help get me through my first solo live. I will definitely be eternally grateful for that. And don't rat me out to Marisa. Just kidding. She's going to watch this anyway. She's going to know everything I did. I'm either going to get a congratulations or I'm going to get some side eyes and rolling eyeballs. I know it. It's going to be one or the other. But here you go. Some cowbell for the night.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right, so here's everybody's cowbell for the night. And some gong for the road. Here's for you, Jason. Thank you for letting us use your gong. That is just too awesome. All right, and let me see. Where was it? Jason, one more gong for the road. Barbie, have a great weekend. We'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. Adventure 50. Good night, Marshall. You did a great job tonight. See you in the next. Thank you, Adventure. Kelly White is waving. Thank you for being here, Kelly. You've been awesome as a mod and a friend here. Stacy Bolsterblades, thanks for hanging out with good company. Y'all have a great night. Thank you, Stacy. Mick Ranger. Marshall, you did great. Thank you, everyone. Love you all. Yep, we love you all here. I know Marisa misses you. I know she wishes she could be here, but she was dog tired from traveling today. She had a day that literally started yesterday. Jason, thank you. Rolf, thank you. Jason might have to do a gong giveaway. Yeah, we can't afford to do a gong giveaway. Rolf, good night. Mick, good night. Everybody, thank you so much. And we will see you in the streams. And we will see you back here on Tuesday night. Marisa will be here. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. Good night.